Our sexual energy is our life force, and we cannot only revive and use the sexual energy when we are in partnership and in relationship. You cannot wait for this person to come into your life in order for you to acknowledge the sexual and divine nature of yourself. I encourage you to get to know your clitoris, because if you do not, you will sit with that trauma, you will never orgasm, you will never feel the pleasure that is your birthright. Your birthright. As a woman, it is your birthright. You don't have to qualify in any way to enjoy the pleasure that is locked in there. So however you want to do it and whenever you want to do it, I encourage you to do it every day. It'll make you look more beautiful, more radiant, younger. You'll have less stress. It's an absolute cure for depression. They call it flicking the bean. So flick your bean as much as you can, as often as you can, and do not be afraid of it, because the key to releasing trauma and being able to be a full woman with full capacity for pleasure is to also release the trauma from your genitals. How many videos do I have on this channel about trauma releasing exercise for this and for that? From now on, I'm sharing trauma releasing exercises for your vagina, because it is that important and it is that life-changing. After your bath or your shower, before you get dressed, each time go and stand in front of a full-length mirror and just look at the beauty of your body. No matter its shape, size, or weight, you are stunning, and the body you have is the body for you. Go in front of that mirror, just adore yourself. Look at the curves. Look at the wonder that God has made. Just your existence on its own is a miracle. And on a spiritual level, did you know that you chose the body that you have? You chose your height, you chose your weight, you chose it all. The more you fall in love with it, the deeper you will be able to enjoy sexual experiences, and the deeper you'll be able to love yourself, because you love your suit, your armor, your body. There are no ugly bodies, and my next tip will prove that to you. Now this will be my most controversial one, but I cannot ignore it, because you can use everything and anything in this world for good or for bad. And the same applies when it comes to corn. I know a lot of my audience are like me. You've never watched it, you have no desire to, you don't want to see it, it disgusts you, it's just the worst invention. I get it, I totally get it. But let me tell you something. There is something about seeing other people and their bodies enjoying sex. And let me tell you why. A lot of us have this idea in our heads that our breasts have to be the most perfect set of implants sticking up like balloons in order to be considered sexy. As a man, maybe you feel that your package needs to look and be a certain size, a certain way in order for you to be desirable. Until you take a scroll and look at the different bodies and the different people that are having sex on those websites, you will realize that, oh my gosh, that body's like mine. They have imperfections like me. They are huge there, small there. This is this funny shape, just like me. It humanizes you so much and makes you so much less self-conscious, because you see that anyone and everyone can enjoy sex. It doesn't matter what you look like. And until you have that context, I think it is difficult for you to be in your bedroom believing that your partner completely adores your body if you are insecure about your own body. We are taught everything. We are taught everything as a woman regarding partnership and marriage. How to cook, how to clean, how to be a good wife, how to do this, how to do that, but nobody teaches you how to have sex. I encourage you to use resources, whether that's speaking to your friends that you trust or family members that you can speak about these topics with. But if you don't and you can't, use these resources as a source of education and information and not as a addiction. Because like I said, you can use everything for good or for bad. So when you do go on these websites, what I want you to see is that there are big women, there are small women, there are the women that have the bodies that you wish you had. There are men of all kinds, there are women of all kinds, and I hope that thought will help you to see that you can also fully and completely enjoy it with the body that you have today. You don't need to gain any weight, you don't need to lose any weight, you don't have to be any certain way. And I'm sorry, but if you are insecure about your body, those websites are the only thing that will help you to see that. Most of all, if you are watching this, I hope that you are in a loving relationship where you can be you, you're free to cry as much as you want, laugh as much as you want, just be yourself in every way. And if you're not in that kind of relationship yet, I wish it upon you and I hope it will come very soon. And even if you are not destined to be in a relationship, these tips still apply, because being sexual has nothing to do with being in a partnership. Our sexual energy is our life force, and we cannot only revive and use the sexual energy when we are in partnership and in relationship. You cannot wait for this person to come into your life in order for you to now acknowledge the sexual and divine nature of yourself. You are on this earth because two people engaged in the sexual act. Hopefully you were conceived because of a magical and wonderful orgasm. And that same pleasure that created you is the same pleasure that you need to feel and enjoy and embody, because that's what you are made of. You are the manifestation of pleasure. We all are. Isn't that a beautiful way to look at everyone? You know that namaste means I see the God in you. Now I feel like I see the pleasure in you. How beautiful is that? Imagine just looking at someone and being like, wow, you are the manifestation of someone's best orgasm. And I know that we also have the opposite. Some people were conceived under the opposite circumstance, but I'm talking about in a healthy, happy, wonderful, loving, divine union. People are conceived in the greatest pleasure and ecstasy. And let's talk more about sex, because it is one of the most healing things. I have another video where I explain how the penetration of the penis into the vagina is a very healing experience when you look at it from a sexual and emotional point of view, because each part of the penis and each part of the vagina represents different organs in our body and the different chakras. And so when the penis penetrates the vagina and hits certain spots, it is able to bring healing to our emotions. That's why women cry after sex. Not only does it hit the spot there, but it also hits the spot emotionally and mentally, and you just let it go. And that's why I'm talking about it, because this trauma healing journey has led me to this point: sexual healing and using sex as a tool to heal from trauma. And I look forward to talking more about it, because I think it is super necessary. Never forget that you deserve happiness, and that same happiness that you deserve it in the bedroom. Do not be afraid to feel pleasure. As someone who's been in a toxic relationship, who's been traumatized and abused, one of the things that your abuser made sure that you know is that you are unworthy of love and happiness and joy. And we can't even think about sex and sensuality and pleasure during those dark days. But I need you to know that you absolutely and totally deserve pleasure in your daily life and especially in your sexual life, partner or not. But I think I should even say especially if you do not have a partner, because when you don't have a partner, that's when it's easiest to forget all of this and to ignore it. But you cannot be a full human, and it definitely cannot be a full woman in her feminine essence and her beauty and her goodness and her divinity if you do not touch and know your own pussy. So get to know her. Don't be scared of her. Just trust me. If there was ever a day where I'm gonna beg you to trust me, it's now. And I know how scary it is. There's all these thoughts going through your head. Oh, but I'll feel dirty. Oh, but the shame. Oh, but what will people think of me? Oh, what if someone catches me? And I will remind you, you are on a trauma healing journey. And until you release the trauma down there, I don't know if you'll be able to make the shifts that are necessary. It is vital. You cannot skip this step. And I cannot continue the channel without talking about it. And if this video has upset you in any way, why are you still here if this topic is so upsetting? The truth is the truth, and that's why you stayed. I'm not encouraging debauchery, promiscuity. I'm encouraging you to honor your body, to honor yourself, to honor your emotions. I'm encouraging you to release trauma in the most effective way. For every orgasm that you have, you rewire your brain, you delete those negative words that your abuser put upon you. So please let me know in the comments if you enjoy this type of video. Tell me about your own sexual healing. Tell me any discoveries that you've made on your trauma healing journey. Have you noticed that you orgasm more the more you heal, the more you let go? Are you attracting new people and a different kind of man or woman ever since your aura changed and you've let go of the trauma? I would love to know. Thank you so much for being here. See you soon.